Hi and welcome to Tabletop Gaming. My name is Charlie and today we're going to take a look at 10 of the best card games. These might be trading card games, living card games, they're all the ones that you're going to want to know about and maybe find yourself something new. Of course, as always with top 10 lists we're condensing, so if there are ones that you like particularly, let me know in the comments, we'll add them in for a future video. But if you're anything like me and you love the tactile feel and the ability to collect and do more and more, this list is for you. And I just want to give a disclaimer, if this ends up costing your wallet quite a lot, soz, not my fault, but you're going to love it. So without further ado, we're going to start with one of my personal favourites, which is Arkham Horror the card game. It is tricky, don't get me wrong, but once you're inside it, the adventure that you can feel with a couple of cards is amazing. Now sure, it's a Lovecraftian horror tale, so there's going to be a lot you need to think about. There's going to be deaths, there's going to be monsters, there's going to be attacks, but it's so much fun. It's so streamlined, so clear to play, and just brilliant, and all you'll need to do so is pick up the starter set. Easy as that. Following that, you can purchase plenty of expansions, but they're not required, they're just good fun to do so. But this one is a nice one because you don't always win, and that's fine. You just start and you play again and you try it a different way and hopefully do better next time. It's very streamlined, very beautiful to play, very impressive to play, and a great one to add to this list. Now, at number 2, we're looking at Magic the Gathering. Now, these aren't in any particular order, but they are fun to play. So this one, I would say, if you just want to grab a jumpstart set. So Magic the Gathering is a huge world. There is so much to it, beautiful, absolutely stunning artwork to appreciate in each of those cards. But fair enough, there's a fair bit to it, and sometimes it can be difficult to get started. Grab a jumpstart pack. All you do is you smush them together and you begin to play. And it's as simple as that. It's a great one to get involved with. You can play online, you can play in person, there are huge tournaments. There's a whole community around Magic the Gathering that is worth getting into and worth enjoying. So not just your game, but your community too. Number 3, the latest in digital monsters is Digimon. It is finally here. We are so very excited to have it in the English language and we've been playing it tons. Not very good at it, but I do enjoy it. It's got a really great system of when you're playing a card, moving it across. So if you play a card for 3, you lose 3, it will eat into your next player's ability. That's possibly a dreadful job of explaining it, but Digimon has been around for a long time. It's got beautiful story, it's got really beautiful cards to play with in great quality, and it's just good fun. With its recent release in the English language, there is also a building and excited community of people eager to teach you how to play so that you can join in with them too. Number 4, I choose you, Pikachu, it's time for Pokémon! As if we could do this list without Pokémon. And you automatically think, shiny Charizard. Is that just me? Please let me know in the comments if it is, but automatically, shiny Charizard. Pokémon is one of the big sellers for a reason. It's so much fun and there's so much to it. If you've played the video games, if that was your gateway into Pokemon, then you'll see familiar characters and enjoy getting them, enjoy sharing them, enjoy playing them, and just making the most fun out of it possible. I think the best way to learn how to play this is through Pokemon Battle Academy. Now, it is easy enough to go and pick up cards and start playing. If you know roughly the rules or you're comfortable giving it a try, there's nothing stopping you just grabbing a deck and creating one and then off you go. I found personally that the Pokemon Battle Academy, it's pitched as a board game, but it's basically a walkthrough with a board in front of you as to how to play Pokemon in the basics. And you'll find very quickly, stabilizers are off, you're riding on your own. Isn't it wonderful? Add in the fact that then when you pop into the local store and happen to see some Pokemon cards that are only like £3 to pick up, yeah, I'm going to buy those. They're going to be great. The excitement of opening those up, finding a favourite character is pretty much unrivaled. So I would 100% recommend Pokemon on this list. Number 5, Legends of the Five Rings. So we're going from sort of pocket monsters to samurais, which is a great distinction to make and shows the breadth. This one has so many different expansions and additions to it that you can dive right in and know that what you're doing isn't just what you're playing now, but the opportunity for tons more too. This is a living card game that requires you to invest fate. It's the kind of game where one extra turn can determine the entire match, which makes it a very tense and very enjoyable game to play too. For that one, you can pick up a main box and just head out from there on your adventures. Number 6. So this list was written originally way back when, and it was Ashes Rise of the Phoenixborn, which has now been created as Ashes Reborn. A huge part of this is how beautiful the game is. It's one where I'm going to say Google it and thank me later, because once you look at it you'll see this is a really nice game. It's really tactile, really fun. You're going to be using dice as counters. The sort of individual format of it gives it a really unique feel and it's really fun to play. Definitely a little bit harder to get hold of perhaps, especially if you're UK based like we are, but potentially well worth it. Number 7. Being a little bit newer, it's got that benefit of having not too much to dive into though. So sometimes you'll look at Pokémon and think, there's years of things I'm never going to be able to catch up. There's plenty to do, plenty to see, and great fun to be had in this game. Very quick, very fun, good to play, easy to teach. Number 8, the Final Fantasy trading card game. I love this, mostly because if you like one of the games, there is almost certainly a pack that matches it, so you can play with your favourite characters. Most recently, I tried the Shadowbringers set as a 2-player starter set, which gives you everything you need to get started in quite a fun and addictive little game. It's potentially one where you'll get the most out of it if you're already a Final Fantasy fan, and this really sort of supports it and builds it, and keeps adding sets to it for you to have great fun with, but it's well worth a pick-up regardless. There's also interesting mechanics in it, like being able to pay for cards by discarding others, and a ton of individual ways that you can boost your attack that makes it just very fun, very quick, very fun, good to play. And number 9 is Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! Is one that feels like it's been around for a long time, but its place in the spotlight has always been usurped by things like Magic the Gathering or by Pokémon. It's one that shouldn't be necessarily overlooked though, because it can be really fun to play. Plus, because it has an expansive history, there's some deep lore to get into too, so make sure you pick up, make sure you play. And finally on the list, we're going for KeyForge. Created by Richard Garfield and published by Fantasy Flight Games, this one is set in the Crucible. Despite being a relatively new name, there's a lot of history involved in it, and there's a lot of interesting stories that come out of it from the widespread variation within the Crucible itself. KeyForge, jump in now, thank me later. And for that, there are readily available starter sets, so it's nice and easy to pick it up and get going. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give us a shout in the comments if there's any ones that you would prefer, that you like to use the most, which ones should have made the list but didn't, and we'll maybe include them in a future video, which is lovely and exciting. Now, if you enjoyed this, like the video, hit subscribe for more, and head to tabletopgaming.co.uk if there's anything extra you want to see for bundles of tabletop gaming goodness. I've been Charlie, thank you so much for watching, and have a great day, guys.